Hello everybody, welcome back to Tom Reads Things. My name's Tom. I hope you're all very well. Today, it's a Victober video from me today, so I would like to talk you through some of the authors that I would like to read more of. So yeah, I today wanted to talk you through some of the Victorian authors that I've read some of, but I definitely want to read more of over the next kind of 12 months really. There are a lot of Victorian authors and I really want to read more widely, but I also really want to read more of the books that I have really enjoyed from some of my favourite Victorian authors where I've only read a couple of their books or one of their books. I really want to read more of their kind of back catalogue, if you like. So the first author that I want to talk about is Elizabeth Gaskell. So I read North and South last year for Victober and absolutely loved it. It was divine, it was brilliant, it was everything I was promised it would be. You know, this is a book that gets spoken about a lot during Victober and actually throughout the year for people who like to read Victorian literature. And it just absolutely captivated me. I loved it. And I'm actually really interested in Elizabeth Gaskell as a person. I have Kate Howe to thank for my interest in Elizabeth Gaskell. She is a big Elizabeth Gaskell fan. And from watching her videos, you know, she really rates her, and she's kind of enthused me about Elizabeth Gaskell really. And I've also been watching some videos on YouTube about Elizabeth Gaskell's house, which I believe is in Manchester, which I think is a museum now. So yeah, I really want to go there. So yeah, I really loved North and South, and I really want to explore more of her work. I've also read by her half of Mary Barton, or a bit of Mary Barton, but it wasn't the right time for me to read it, so I put it to one side for a bit. And I really want to read Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. It just sounds absolutely wonderful. And I know that it's an unfinished novel, but from what I understand, you kind of know what's going to happen at the end. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I've obviously read North and South, but what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up Mary Barton where I left off and read the rest of Mary Barton. Probably not as part of Victober, because my Victober TBR is already pretty huge. But yeah, I might start with this next, because I think this is quite pacey and quite plot driven, which is great. And then I really want to go to, and then I don't know whether to go to Wives and Daughters or Cranford, because Wives and Daughters is huge, Cranford is not huge. So let me know what you think I should read after Mary Barton. Should I read Cranford or Wives and Daughters? So, talking of Kate Howe, I was watching her channel the other day and I saw that she had uploaded as part of Victober a video all about George Eliot. And I must admit, I haven't read much George Eliot, and I would really like to read some more. That video got me, again, really enthused about reading more George Eliot. I have read a bit of Silas Marner. This was the first bit of George Eliot that I read, but again, I put it to one side, having read like 50 pages, because I thought, no, this isn't for me at the moment. And then last year, I think it was last year, I can't even remember, I picked up Middlemarch, which you might not have heard of. It's a very under the radar Victorian novel. No, it's not really. I really liked Middlemarch. I don't know if I liked it upon first reading because it's Middlemarch, and I was like, I've read Middlemarch, guys, or whether I really liked the novel in itself. So I would like to reread it, actually. But also, there's loads more George Eliot that I want to get to. Adam Bede, Romola, although I've heard Romola is a labour of love, according to Kate. And what else? Adam Bede, Daniel Deronda, I really want to read. So what should be my next George Eliot? Should it be Daniel Deronda, Romola, Adam Bede, or any other George Eliot that you think I should read? People who I've heard, you either love or hate The Mill on the Floss. So I don't know, if I'm really nervous to read that, and I don't want that to be my next, if I really hate it, I don't want that to be my next experience of George Eliot. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below I should read next from George Eliot. Another Victorian author that I really want to read more of over the next year is the wonderful Anthony Trollope. So I started Trollope with The Warden, which everyone tells you not to do, but I knew I wanted to read the Barchester series as my first kind of foray into Anthony Trollope. And I loved this book. I really, really loved The Warden. And then I read Barchester Towers, and then I read The Way We Live Now, and then I read Dr. Wurtle's School, and I have Dr. Thorne upstairs, which is the third instalment of the Barchester series. Anthony Trollope has a huge back catalogue of novels, so I really, really want to read more of him. I love his writing style. I love the way that he looks at morality in his books, and I love that he's just very easy to read to me, well, easy to read for a Victorian novelist. So yeah, I'm really keen to get to more of his work, but because he's got so much to get through, and I already know that he's one of my favourite Victorian authors, and I just want to see. I want to kind of read more of the Barchester series, but I also want to read more of his work that isn't connected to a series. So I haven't read any of the Palliser series. So I want to read things like He Knew She Was Right. She Knew He Was Right. He Knew He Was Right. He Knew She Was Right. Someone Knew Someone Was Right. I want to read that. Yeah, there's just loads. I think The Duke's Children is another one. Yeah, let me know what you think I should read next. I really like Anthony Trollope and want to get some more of his books under my belt. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Now, another Victorian novelist, and the last one on this video that I want to read more of over the next year, is Thomas Hardy. So I spoke about it in a previous video, but I have very limited reading exposure to Thomas Hardy. I have read half of Under the Greenwood Tree, didn't like it, didn't like the writing style, found it very difficult to follow, actually, weirdly, and DNF'd it. So, but I hear so many people talking about how much they absolutely adore Thomas Hardy that I really want to give him another go. So I have Tess of the D'Urbervilles, and I have the rest of Under the Greenwood Tree. So I was thinking about going to Tess of the D'Urbervilles next for Thomas Hardy, but I don't know if that is the right route for me to go. I've heard that Return of the Native is absolutely fantastic and that I should go to that next. Also heard The Woodlanders is really great. I know that I've heard Two on a Tower is great. Yeah, I really want to know your thoughts on where I should go next with Thomas Hardy to kind of get me in the Thomas Hardy groove, if you like. I don't want my slightly negative experience of like 50 pages of Under the Greenwood Tree to affect my whole reading relationship with Thomas Hardy. I do want to know more, read more by him. And actually, as part of Victober, because I'm filming this during Victober, I have already read a poetry collection by Thomas Hardy and loved it. So yeah, I'm very much up for your thoughts on where I should go next with Thomas Hardy. Are there any Thomas Hardy books which are written in the first person? Maybe this is, I don't even know. Oh, is it? I don't know. Because I just think maybe it is easier to read when a novel's written in the first person. I always think so anyway. That's why I started with Dickens and Great Expectations and David Copperfield, because they're written in the first person. I'm so glad that I did. And actually, Jane Eyre is still my favourite Charlotte Bronte novel, and that's written in the first person. I can't remember whether Villette is written in the first person. Shirley isn't. Anyway, yeah, please do let me know your thoughts on Thomas Hardy. Is he worth the time to read him? I hear a lot of people love him. So I'm guessing he is. But yeah, let me know what your favourite Thomas Hardy book is and where you think I should go next with Thomas Hardy. Is it Tess? Is it Far from the Madding Crowd? I don't know. Let me know. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful Victober. Let me know in the comment section down below what you've been reading and what you've got coming up on your TBR. Also, if you've got any Victober videos that you've recorded yourself or that you think I might like, link them in the comments down below, because I love going and binge watching Victober videos. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back soon for another Victober video. Thanks very much. Bye.